to the store and you're coming back with a salami. Tony, you can't make a pepperoni pizza with a salami.
No, not this.
So man,
That's a little important.
Hey, did anyone ever tell you they said that Wolverine?
yeah, bro.
Something like that.
Alright, it's rolling.
I get that.
Audio's rolling.
I gotta do it on my thing, but baby said that she do it with these, so sure.
Alright, acapella, fuck it. Oh, I look like Wolverine mixed with Eric from that 70s show.
You
Pull up to the scene, they call me Arabic. Why?
Why?
Cause I got 70 hoes. Oh God. Alright, so welcome to this edition of J-Rob has a plan that doesn't make any sense. But
J-Rob's
later on it will.
extras.
Yeah, no, like it's this is why it's like
They call me Arabic. Because I got 70 hoes.
what is it? Order out of chaos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, baby.
Bro, I fucking love Icelandic water.
Fuck with Icelandic water.
Trying to find some Icelandic bitches.
Good thing is that this doesn't have to be used for anything, bro. It doesn't
I'll
have
pass
to be.
on that one. No, see, I'm going the opposite way on the color spectrum.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So.
I mean, I grew up in the hood, so all that. I got you.
Okay.
What was that like, bro? I was gonna ask you about like all your past traumas.
Hold
Tell me
up,
about
trauma.
some of the most painful shit that you've been through that you're still not over yet.
Oh, man, let's see. I grew up in a broken home. My dad had hella mental issues. But before all that, he was a great musician. Like a cold-ass musician. He played the piano. I grew up in church, and he was in charge of like the praise and worship and shit.
Okay.
He had a phenomenal voice. I mean, I'm talking, think of like the most soulful, raspy jazz voice you could hear. That's what my dad had. Well, he was my stepdad, but he practically raised me, so he's my dad. But it was almost like as talented as this man was, like able to like usher in a higher vibration for like people to just dwell and just like release themselves.
Right, via music.
Yeah, via music. And like people had not, for some reason, like people had not seen that before. They're just used to going by like doing emotions. But it's like, that's something that he's instilled in all of like me and my siblings, because like it'd be like 3 o'clock in the morning and he would just like be restless, you know, going through his mental turmoil. And as creative and as like innovative as he was like as a musician, the flip side was he was tormented. Like in his mind, he was like constantly holding himself to like unrealistic expectations, to where he would like, things would happen in life and he would just not be able to cope properly. So he would almost like consciously take a step back and just, it was almost like bipolar, like he would become romantic.
So like did he have was it one particular like psychotic break that fucked him up where like something happened and then this whole Pandora's box gets opened, or was it like gradual?
It was like,
because I don't want that, because it
was kind of gradual, but it was like the longer it was going, at first it just manifested itself as just anger, right? And like every time he would be confused over something, he wasn't able to properly communicate,
right?
And so he would just be angry and just do some wild shit. But I'm going on a tangent. What I'm trying to say is he.
Oh, that's as high as it goes.
Like we're basically talking about like how like, I guess, what did you learn from it? What did it teach you in terms of, because you spoke about your writing process, and homie said that he loves maybe like being up. He said sleep deprivation and melatonin, which is like awesome as fuck.
It's not. Yeah.
I mean, like so we're drawing like parallels, and what did you learn from that you apply like day to day?
Oh, okay. So altered states of consciousness, right? So whenever he was able to like tap into this like higher range of music, he would just like flip a switch and it would just like pour out of him. It was like a faucet almost, and he would just pour it all out, and then by the time he was done, like people would just bathe in it, and then that was it. And to this day, like that's something I kind of picked up, where it's like I do the things that I do that are necessary to get me to like where the faucet is, then I just, and I turn the bitch on, let it flow, and then catch the content, and like whether it's writing or recording myself, and then when I'm done, just spitting all out, I'll just go, cool. And then I'll let it sit for a few days, and then I'll come back with like well rested. I've been eating well,
grounded,
centered.
Dude,
and then
what
I'll
a fucking tightrope artist to walk.
And I'll come back to it with a more reasonable and logical mind, with like the skills and the ideas that I have of like what I do know and love about certain things in music. So then I don't like that, I don't like that, or I like this, or let me add this, and then it's more like tweaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Like fine tune.
Yeah, fine tuning, and at that point, that's when shit gets like, you kind of, it's like you're just, when you open that spigot, it's just like you finding a giant piece of marble. It's raw, it's giant, it's clunky, there's no form, there's no shape, but there's potential in it, you know what I mean? Then when you come back as an artist, and then you look, and you're like, I want to make something out of this, and I see what's there already. What do I need to chip away to get the form that I'm looking for? And sometimes it happens immediately. Sometimes songs take months to write. You know what I mean? And I still have like verses that are sitting in my shit that I'm like, I'm gonna use for a song, but I just haven't found myself there.
Well, bro, like the gnarliest part is like you have this. We're talking like the metaphor of the slab, right? Mm-hmm. And like chiseling that and fine tuning it, bro.
Yeah. I want to go back to that. That was a great metaphor.
Well, so I'm like whenever you get in the like I guess how do you know that product is finished? I think there's some crazy shit just went down.
It sounds like
it just looks like it just went through something.
It sounds like we just missed out on something.
Man, Fred still didn't clean up his rice on that fucking table, bro. Like,
yeah, he's like, I'm still tripping about this lobster sauce and rice, bro. Come on. Anyway.
Yeah, no, like, I don't know, bro.
Bro, we've been going on about
that. We're talking about
all night,
order out of chaos, bro. We're talking about the slab and how to chisel, bro. And
that's just
it's
anyway,
just there.
Like, how do I know that it's kind of finished? I don't. It's more of a feeling. You know what I mean? When you do it and then you rap it or you sing it and you go, hell yeah. You know what I mean? Like that hits well.
Well, this is like, as time goes on, there's shit that I wish I would have changed to certain songs that I didn't know I even wanted to change while I was making the song. It's like I only know that something else needed to happen because 6 months went by. So you got to be okay with sending it and then looking back like,
damn it, damn,
okay. But then learn from that, and then 6 months later,
I have songs, bro. I have songs that I wrote like last month. And then I wrote a verse last month, and then like that Ours the Stadium song, I have another one where I wrote one verse and a hook, and it was real personal, so I had to tap into like some really crazy spaces, and then I just let it sit for a long time, and then I was like, you know what, let me try and shoot for another verse and hook. So then I go back to it, and I like do the things that are necessary to get me back in that headspace, and when I write it, it's like over a span of a month, my writing has like gotten way better. So it's like I can hear it, other people probably can't, but I can hear like the subtle differences in between that first verse and the second one, and I'm like, that's crazy as fuck, because at first I was like, oh, should I go back and change the first verse because now I'm a better writer? But then I was like,
the whole song different, or was the first verse supposed to be a month ago and the second verse supposed to be a month later?
Nah, it wasn't even supposed to be. It was just like I felt a feeling about the beat, and then I wrote on the beat, and then that's what it came out to be. And then it was like, well, I want to finish a song, so let me reapproach it. So then when I wrote the second verse, and then I took a step back, and I was like, holy shit, like this sounds slightly better than this one. Do I want to go back? I was like, honestly, that can tie into the version of the song, or the structure of the song. It was like, in the beginning, it's almost like not as concise. Like there are things that are happening, but I can't really concisely put my finger on it. But I know I feel a certain way about it. Then by the second verse, I have an idea of what I'm really trying to say, and I can say it better, or say it in a more concise way. but it's not necessarily there. So now it's like I'm gonna give it some time before I hit the third verse and see what comes out.
Yeah, so that'd be cool. Like, especially if anybody sees this, hopefully they do, and the song comes out, they'd be like, "Oh shit, okay, he wrote this, 30 days. You wrote this at first, you wrote this 30 days later, you wrote verse 2 30 days later, and then verse 3 came 30 days after that, where maybe you can, because dude, like verse 2 and verse 3, they have to be different than verse 1, but still captivating enough to fucking keep your attention and not like,
and still fit the tone of the song.
and still
fit
exactly
the
to
structure
fit
of
the whole theme. So like, it's okay to let that, and I did the same thing. My process is a little compressed, I'd say, just because of how like we're talking about the faucet, like I've gotten used to sending it that at maximum I'll have 3 rest days between going back to it, but now that I'm taking care of my health more,
that's key.
I'm taking care of my health more, so it doesn't
you can do that, more frequently.
The turnover rate where I rise back from the dead. Ideally, I'll get to a place where I never feel like shit and don't want to write. You know what I mean? But you teeter that, you stay, you perform somewhere, you practice a little too much, spend a little too much time in the studio, you fucking dead, man. You fucking, you get burnt out and you need that 3 to 4 days. Some people it's 1 to 2 weeks. And, then there's a difference between letting time pass by because you need that personal experience to understand the situation, and letting that time go by because your soul is dead and you can't fucking write.
I mean, that honestly, that really ties in well with the look at it, we sound like a goddamn legit podcast. That really ties well with the idea that we were speaking of earlier. It really ties back into the order out of chaos, where it's like when we turn on the faucet, chaos comes out, and then you come back to it with order, and you kind of pull things out of it, and then that also ties into mythology, right?
Like washing your hands, bro. You turn it on, you want to wash your fucking hands, and then you turn it on when your hands are done being washed.
Yeah, there you go. So it's almost like, what are you kids doing in here?
What do we got?
Fucking breakfast. Anyway,
Fred, bro, like we've been talking about it on the podcast, bro. I just want to know what your opinion is on the fact that rice is still on the table, bro, and there's been no cleaning process involved with the rice that we've heard.
He seems
want to know.
He seems to be the only one concerned about that.
If he beats my ass on camera,
only
bro,
one
I'll
concerned
file
about
a
that.
lawsuit against you, Fred.
The only one concerned.
Beat your ass out.
You wouldn't be.
y'all still got rice? I want some rice.
Yeah, there's still some rice. One of
That's
them.
actually loud.
White containers.
Freestyle off top. Fred got a wife, but he don't want to clean up his rice, and that lack of responsibility isn't nice.
Oh, no.
He needs to. Fuck it, I'll clean up the rice. Give me a slice.
Using way too many napkins.
You put your hand in.
Hey, who the fuck said using way too many napkins? Who said it, bro? Using way too many napkins. That nigga, you using way too many napkins.
He said, I'm gonna clean up the rice. Using way too many napkins. Mannequin, panicking, flanagan. Using way too many napkins.
Oh, here, let me grab the trash can for you, bro.
That's a forward and a forward floor.
Oh, what was that?
And a forward floor.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm not getting distracted. No. They'll edit this out, I'm sure. No, you got it. I was gonna say, y'all done with it?
Cleaning up Fred's rice.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this is still available, isn't it?
Bro, honestly, like this was mine. That's up for grabs at this point. So you can just fuck whatever you want with that.
I'm done with my dark corner.
You're done with your dark corner? You want to join the light? Join the light! Oh yeah, absolutely. Hold up. Yeah, hold up. I gotta take the shades off. Oh, you're coming. Well, I still gotta take the shades off to fully admire this. No, we're not done. We're just. It's actually still going. So.
Okay, fine.
Is it?
Yeah. No, I want to see this.
I'm a Tulsa artist, somewhat. No one knows me, but it's okay.
Tell us all your names then.
All my name. Well, I have many names.
Studied abroad in
This is
Australia.
what I did.
Oh, that is good.
And I know, isn't he?
That is an amazing. That is an amazing job.
Did he do writing all of it?
Here, bring the. I forgot that was there. Let me move to this. Let me move to this.
Get the rolly chair.
You get the rolly chair.
Get the
now.
rolling
You get the
chair.
rolly chair.
Rolling
See
chair.
this guy is.
I know.
This is amazing.
And I don't want to
Just not catch anything.
I hope to God it did. If it didn't, I'm gonna be upset.
Oh, you moved chairs and everything.
I did.
This is a quick sketch of me. I added too many flowers, but
I mean,
it's with pen because you can't erase ink or whatever.
yeah.
I don't like
Right.
it.
Sunrise.
I mean, I kind of like it though. It's
Yeah.
It's almost like you're like sniffing a bouquet.
I was gonna say it's like you're sniffing markers. I did it surprisingly.
No.
That's not how I get my
no.
creativity.
No, that's not. What is that? What was the artist that used to eat paint? Was it Van Gogh?
I think he did.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was Van Gogh. Like that. That's what that reminded me of.
Hey,
You said, like,
Cuz.
Respect toward.
Cuz, do you know any artists that ate paint? I feel like you have knowledge of that,
a
like Van
famous
Gogh or something like
artist
that.
ate paint. Was it Van Gogh that ate paint?
No, dude, Van Gogh
Who
cut
was
his
it?
ear off.
Van
Oh,
Gogh,
yeah.
I could've-
Yeah. Somebody ate it.
Listen, did I get fucking lied to again?
No. Actually, he was in a sword fight with a friend.
Oh, so his friend cut his ear
Not
off.
that he went crazy. Like he couldn't stand
So
something
basically
and
his friend cut his
it
ear off.
Come join the party.
That they were part of it.
Well, they need
Like,
to
you
come
were in
back
your
because
dark
I'm
corner.
here. Yeah, I was in my dark
They're
corner.
eating right now. We're
They
going
can
to show them.
Man, I'm not trying to spill rice, you know.
We appreciate that. We really
I could spill rice up
appreciate
here, but I won't fuck with
that. I did put a decent amount of work into.
Yeah.
I say I. It was a group effort for
Because if
sure.
rice spills on there, then we're on step, oh man.
I mean, we already got.
Eat it
I don't
off.
want fries.
Just eat it off the ground.
I can't even say it was me.
I say me because it was a collective effort, so.
Collected effort.
No,
Oh,
it was not my organizational part. Like I was not the one. I was just the hired hand.
I didn't do anything.
No, fuck that. No, fuck that. I wasn't the hired hand at all. I did not get hired. I did not get paid. In fact, I paid for all of this, the beer and the
You
food.
did?
So
Okay, then it's okay that you ate
I
the egg out of my
got like $5.
yeah, that's
You have
what I was
permission.
getting with earlier.
So,
Okay.
I was trying to finish that, and just like we're so bad. I was like,
Oh,
ooh.
ding dong.
Who
ding
now?
dong.
Where is my? Oh, that is in the wrong spot. I don't like this. Hey, my guy. See, great minds think alike. I brought beer too.
did you?
Yes, I did. There's, in fact, there's cold bottles of Bud in the fridge if you want one.
Even if it's what? Doing good, bro. How about yourself, man?
We had people.
Yeah, more people. It's
I
always
know.
great.
There's no room.
I know. There's.
Unfortunately,
I would moments like these. I wish that my duplex was in Tulsa, so like it could all be clean.
That's right. Yeah, how'd you get to Claremore?
I was born and raised in Claremore. I moved
Oh, yeah,
to
that's
New
right.
York in the military
baby.
for 3
Yeah.
years. Yeah. This is true. No, so joined the military, went up to New York for 3 years, and the plan. Honestly, the plan wasn't even to move back to the state at all. But yeah, no, I was like full blown, like dead set on Colorado. And
I was making it up.
Oh, you got good internet. It's so good, it's familiar.
Oh shit, can't remember.
Was it not?
what?
I mean, it was. It just cut out recently.
I
So.
was about to say, you were sitting there looking at it?
But no, the audio's still going.
Oh, the audio still goes, so we're still good on audio.
Yeah, the audio's still going.
Yeah, dude, she does great.
disrespect about
That's fantastic.
I know. Well, I'm still practicing on
Like, I
that.
hope now you can make a
That's
It's a quick sketch of the dark, so I couldn't really see too much.
I mean, especially for being in the dark, that's like
You didn't want to
really
right?
Like, let's blindfold you. I is my rendition of J-Bombs in the Dark.
Just like feeling for it. This nose like going.
I will now start with black, and it's like green. Here's his eyes.
And the hair. Just
Here.
big
I'm about to
frown.
walk through the shop.
Okay.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That was good.
Sorry to cut you off on your life and where you.
Oh, dude, so I was about to say, I don't always know what I was talking about, but you remind me.
I'm the only sober one here.
You what?
I'm pretty sure I'm the only sober one here.
I'm sober.
So you too, I think, might be the only sober one.
If I keep drinking, then probably.
Huh?
So if I keep drinking, then I'm probably not gonna be sober.
I mean,
It's like a multi-billion-dollar toilet paper company.
oh, that's right.
Thank you, though. No, it's very kind.
That's crazy. What the?
Why don't you smoke?
I get too
That's
high.
magical
Okay,
shit
cool.
right
I
there.
understand.
I only smoke like in a certain space so that I can create.
Understandable.
If I smoke now, I'm not here anymore.
I feel like
Up here.
freak out.
I don't freak out. I just like people will talk to me and I'll be like, I don't deem this conversation necessary. So, you know, like it's.
Like, I'm full now, but that is
Just
See
looking
ya.
down at you. Fucking pathetic. Goddamn mortals.
that is something I will.
Yeah.
That is
Only like
that's-
maybe if I do smoke, it's only maybe like a couple
It is
of
stored
days.
for
Just like when I'm at home.
that looks
In my bed,
Dude, that
I'm
looks
like writing.
amazing.
It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. It kind of
You see, I
feel
have
like
to
you just,
keep
like, low-key
taking because I don't get high enough. Like I have to take like bomb hits. I have to take really.
He records.
Even with like a small pipe. Like, I have to
No,
take
it happens
like,
now.
yeah, 'cause you're like,
I mean, it's
I
not.
know.
but
It's
I
not
think your
bad.
metabolism
And
would
it's
be
like-
like.
And the feds are documenting every part of our
That's
lives.
it too. And
Like,
it's
we
like the
might
first time I
fuck it.
smoked was when I was 22.
do our shows.
Conversations.
Yeah.
I know. We'll have to divide
So
it.
like,
Fun to
dude,
add.
that actually ties back into the whole like the whole
But
Marvel
yeah, it's gonna be odd.
thing.
Background.
Go
It's like
full
these
circle
pictures are
back to
pieces of-
that. As far as like just like
This is what y'all get for fucking.
Is that Lovelace in the background?
That's y'all get for recording
but
it.
not posting it.
Recording it with a party atmosphere. You know,
Yeah.
just talk.
Post.
But
You have
it's
to tell your own
because, I
version
mean,
of the story.
Basically,
capturing
our
like party. It's
is
not like a
kind of
crazy
wild
loud.
shit for the
No. These are the kind of parties I want to have.
True, but like I guess
Yeah.
like
Just random party, random
Yeah, we're having a
conversations.
party.
Now, me and J-Rob was talking about that the other day. We just get together and we just like, we have people come and paint, we have people come and paint, you know what I mean?
He keeps sexing me. We have people
I,
calling
I,
me.
I kind of like react with my eyes, so
We're all gonna do songs, not you.
like it's weird. I don't know. I weird myself.
I
out.
do want to throw like a spring party though.
I'll go, I'll be like this, and I'll be like, oh yeah, and then like, oh, and I don't know, I just don't.
I don't think it's a party with a baby.
You have like hella muscles. You know, like
I mean, I say fuck
muscles in your
it.
head.
Right.
That's one way to bring it down. They
Like
just
allow ourselves to use.
carry it above the fire and the baby's like,
Can we use all of
Just
them?
put it like
Or
in
express
a
ourselves?
ball so it doesn't get sick.
yeah. All these drunk people just throwing a baby around.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, you're eating. I'll let you
With
eat.
fucking volleyball.
funny
Welcome to baby volleyball.
That's right. I keep forgetting that.
Wire
I'm sorry.
in the
I
background
didn't
is
do
like
better.
half the yard too, so it could just be.
This is a fucking
It's the first time. I think it was the first time I met Jacob and he came over. Like we were in the backyard talking. He was like, "What if I just like grabbed it? Because it was like perfect height to like grab the wire." And I was like, "Don't do that." He was like, "What if I was like burn it? It didn't work."
I don't fucking grab wires.
I know.
When I was a kid, I accidentally grabbed the wire and it happened to be an electric fence. And it was like, I was like we were building something in the back and I was just like lean back and I see the wire and I grab it and oh god, my nipples.
So that's kind of similar, but not really to not super similar. My family's ranch out in Sapulpa.
Yeah.
I was using it's called the Diablo. It's basically like a weed eater, but like with a saw blade attachment. Or so I was using that to cut down thistle for an electric fence
Yeah.
that we had installed. I didn't know it was up and running. Like, they told me that they shut it down.
Oh shit.
And granted, I was trying to avoid the wire, still out of caution. But as I was cutting into the thistle, some of it was touching, and I guess they kicked it back on.
Oh.
And apparently, thistles are great conductors for electricity. And Cause I was like the wire was like waist high and I was cutting down low, like no chance of it hitting. But no, like I literally got shocked and like I jumped backwards because it was electric fence ready for cattle.
Oh,
That's crazy, bro.
mine was for dogs. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They're just like, they just turned it from the dog setting to cattle. They're like, click, click.
It's like to car setting. It's like it's bigger. It's an elephant.
So like, I also have a similar story, bro. That's probably more traumatic. Not to be that guy, but it's more traumatic than his story, dude. And it's more dramatic than his story combined because mine.
No, that's what I was like, go for it.
So I got my new car, right?
So my nipples, right?
And like, dude, every single time I open the door and get out, I wear this ring, right? Every time I open the door and get out, and if I touch my car at all, it shocks me, bro. And so I try every day. I try not to like touch the car with my body, like the outside of my car, and I do DoorDash, dog. This is like, I've done over 500 orders this month, bro. This is not an unreasonable, like this is a lot of getting out of your car, right? And
Yeah.
sometimes, I don't know, bro, I shock myself and it hurts, bro. But just a little bit. Or if I do get out all the way, sometimes I'll grab the metal handle of the establishment that I'm going to retrieve the order from and it'll get shocked there. So basically, I'm kind of getting shock therapied right now. And I lied when I said it was more traumatic than both of y'all.
Some of the benefits of DoorDash.
Basically, not even close to... Not even close to being as
Comes
traumatic,
installed
I
in my
guess.
car.
Hey, you don't even have to
really
pay.
helps.
No, but like your guys' has happened all at once. Mine's happened every day over a slow 60 days.
It just gets stronger each day. It's like, oh, karma's coming back.
I'm gonna interrupt.
These nuts.
Where we at? We're almost at 30. I'll give it 3 more minutes, and I'm gonna need everybody for me and Fred's video. So like, and then we shoot in conjunction.
I'm gonna do like, all you guys do that, and I'm just gonna be in the back like.
I'm gonna just be here.
And everyone like stomps on me, and everyone's like, man, what's going on?
It's got 3 more minutes.
Now I feel like we don't have anything to talk about.
Yeah, right. Like,
No, it's 5 minutes time. I'm joking.
I was gonna say, who can come up with a 3-minute discussion topic? Like, if it's, like a discussion topic could be like 5 seconds or like 15 minutes.
I don't know, I think the last minute kind of just
We could be like talking about this for a whole hour.
We're gonna spend the 3 minutes talking about how the fuck we're gonna come up with a conversation lasting 3 minutes.
Damn it, see, now you just killed the vibe that we were gonna do.
That
We
was
were
what
gonna
you
roll with
saying.
that. Like, I was rolling with it. I was just like, yeah, let's discuss what could happen in that 3-minute time frame for like
A music video.
But
I
you
have
just,
a music video with Lovelace, J-Rob, Jagger.
Honestly, I'm thinking about changing my name.
Really? I'm gonna change my name too. Because no one can pronounce my first name.
hey, same, but probably for much, like, very different reasons.
It's because of the FBI. They
It's
can't
because
find it.
people already know my name.
That's what this whole look.
I know you changed.
I
You even changed the glasses for
spell
Lovelace.
Lovelace like LVLC, but
Okay,
there are a
I
couple
know.
artists that are out there that already have LVLC.
Really?
So I'm just gonna go with I thought so
Used
too, but not. So I'm just gonna say Lovelace the Dragon. It's fucking good.
Oh.
Dude, hell yeah, I fucking
It
love
is
that.
that. Lovelace the Dragon.
I like it.
Release the dragon. Lovelace.
Lovelace the
Right,
Dragon.
I fucking,
Because I feel like I'm a dragon.
you should
spit fire.
Yeah,
That's pretty much
go
it.
for it. Definitely go for that.
You know, you got like Chance the Rapper. You know, you got Conway the Machine.
Tyler
You got
the
Tyler
Creator.
the Creator.
Right.
Then you got Lovelace the Dragon.
I fucking love it, dude. You should definitely roll with that. Like, I'm in that serious.
What if it's
We're
like?
like, ew.
Well, at least
the Dragon?
At
It's
least
like
I'm
a porno
honest.
name.
At least I'm
Good,
honest.
good.
Because like, what if you
I want
found
people to
like
be
it was a
honest.
stupid name and you're like, I want to be called like Dum Dum, and I'm like, I don't think you should do that. And you're like, man, fuck you for not like being there for me.
And I'm over here like, fuck yeah, Dum Dum's a great
Support.
And you're like, yeah,
I'm
this
the
is what
supportive.
it's talking about.
I'm the supportive friend. I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Like, I throw a lollipop, the Dum Dum lollipops at you, just just because I'm
Honestly,
trying to remind you that's the
Not a
stupid
bad
brand.
brand. Not a bad brand.
I haven't had Dum Dums in a long time.
I put
I
one in my
fucking
mouth.
miss Dum Dums
I put
though.
them in my
Not a
mouth and I
thing
was like,
anymore, I
yeah.
think.
I was like, I put them in my mouth and I was like, dude, this is so unhealthy. I could feel my teeth. My teeth are
I can
aching.
feel
I
my
used to
teeth
chew on the
rotting
paper stem
as
all the
I'm
time.
eating
You seem like you.
this
You seem like you
Dum
chew
Dum.
on paper stems, dude. The fuck?
What's that supposed to mean? Well, yeah, because you like start to tear it off. I don't know. Some kids are weird.
That's okay.
You said what off?
The paper stems from like the Dum Dum lollipops. Like I used to chew on that like after I'd finished the lollipop because I wasn't done because it's like they're so small.
Dude,
And
I did the same
You
thing
used to
with
see the stems.
No, I did the same thing with cupcakes, bro. I would eat
Cupcakes
cupcake and
and
then
the
I would like
wrapper.
chew the wrapper.
Oh my god! Yeah, It tastes like
Where you just like
I'm over here
not
nice
over,
reaction. I'm
Yes,
with you.
exactly.
Yeah, of course, dude.
Ugh.
Wait, y'all don't do that.
That's
Fucking
It's my white side.
Weird.
Oh, that sounds
I can't even think
awful.
that's just like you
That
fling
sounds awful.
saliva of
No,
nori in my
Absolutely
mouth.
not.
nothing thing.
No.
Well, now
some
I'm
girl
a
is
like
like-
the whole world, and then
That
once
makes-
Jake
That makes
Chirov sees this,
the
he'd be
base of my
like,
skull tingle.
"I'm gonna leave her.
Ugh.
Like I can't
No,
deal with the
no.
cupcake wrapper chewer."
You're not chewing on
I'm gonna
the
try,
paper.
like,
That's up in the thing. You're
oh my
missing out
gosh,
on
whenever you told
You're
me
like, you're
that
missing out on
Chinese
50 cents.
15.
I, like,
No, you're losing
cried, and
15%
our
more
teacher
taste
was like,
of the
"Are you
cupcakes,
okay?"
bro. For 5 more minutes is simple
Alright.
mathematics.
It's 30 minutes.
No,
Like, I'm gonna
he's
cut
so
it.
cute
We can do
little
another one
names
after I
too. He
charge it.
doesn't
Got
do
it.
that.
Got it.
He's
Got
just